Hi guys, Markeisha here with my second project in my Christmas series that I'm doing. And this one I had so much fun creating. This is my first time doing this project, so let's just go ahead and get started. And if you like what you see, I did do a little small tutorial at the end, and in that tutorial I pretty much just gave you the measurements to create this project, so stay tuned for the tutorial, okay? And so this is what I created, and it's very, 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 very easy to make, trust me. I used some red rose trim on the side there and some flat back pearl trim here. On the front of the little container, this is a 3x3 container, card container. I used this spray, and this spray I received from Proud Mommy 702 here on YouTube. Hi Shireen. And I used one of the Christmas ornaments from Michaels, and these are from the Christmas sprays at Michaels. I used some of the mesh bling here, and then I embossed warm winter wishes, and I used the Recollection embossing powder here. I love the way that silver emboss. And at the bottom I just used some bling. Now this paper that I use for the cover of this card holder is from an old stack. I want to say it's maybe a year or two, and I got it at Michael's, and it is by Recollections, and it is called Happy Holidays. And so it has the red cardinals on it. And so on the back, you can see it's embossed right here, or have this glitter embossed in here, the paper. And I just stamped my little stamp here and put a little flat back pearl there. And this is some of the mesh bling there. And let's see, I also just tied a little ribbon there on the side there to hold it together. And so let me just go ahead and open it up for you. And so as you can see, it holds your 3x3 cards and the envelopes. I have the cards on this side and the envelopes on this side, and you can't see them because they have fell down. But here are the cards, and I did make envelopes because I have so many envelopes that I've just kind of hoard. So I'm going to try to use these up with my projects for Christmas. And so I just stuck those right in there. And then on this side is where I put my 3x3 note cards. And so I just used some paper from that same paper line, and I just added some bling there on the little card boxes. And so let me just pull these out. These are my 3x3 cards, and I actually had in mind to put a lot in here, but as usual I always over embellish sometime, and so they're too thick to go inside of the container. So with the first one here, I used the K & Company 3D embellishment here for that sticker. And then this is from the Dear Lizzie stack, and just some blue cardstock. And on the inside I used the Teresa Collins stationery notepad paper for this, just to put, you know, in the inside where you can put your message. And so very simple 3x3 card. I didn't put anything on this one so that whoever gets this, if they want to, you know, personalize it themselves, they can. A lot of times, you know, you just might want to leave a little just because note. And so this one you can use for that. The second one is this one, and it has again a K & Company sticker here. It's a 3D sticker is popped up, and then some of the little flowers to go with the stack. And this paper is the Teresa Collins, and the Teresa Collins stationery paper in the inside. Very, very simple but cute. And here is the next one that I did. This one says, now faith is being sure of what you hope for, and certain of what we do not see. And that's Hebrews 11:1. That is one of my favorite scriptures. So this paper is from the Teresa Collins, and again in the inside. And I just tried to use a variety of papers, and I think I said in my first series, all of my projects may not just be Christmas paper, because I think you can you know, kind of jazz it up to whatever you want. And this just goes right back in the inside. It slides right back down in there, and it closes up. And so you have a little card box. So this will be a really, really cute little fun idea to give to coworkers or some of your other YouTube buddies here. So I hope you guys would try this project. It was super easy and super fun. And I'm also going to tell you that sometime what I like to do, I'm fussing with that bow there, is when I'm cutting up paper, especially if it's some of my cute paper or, you know, paper you like to hoard like I do, go ahead and just cut your papers up like I did here into your 3x3, or it's 3 and then 6 this way, and then that way when you need to do a quick card you can. And so what I did was just went in my stack and started getting some of those 3x3 papers there so that I can use, and that way you can, you know, do a fun quick little card really easy. You see that I use a lot of the dimensional stickers, and bam, you have a card. So please stay tuned for my tutorial. Thanks guys so much for tuning in and following these Christmas series. Let me know what you think of my tutorial. If you would like to see some more tutorials, let me know. And please leave a comment, and if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Okay guys, I'm going to show you this really easy tutorial on this card box that I have, and it is super easy and super quick. I am going to be using my Martha Stewart punch scoreboard here, and I'm going to be using the Silhouette chipboard as my base, and then I will cover it with pattern paper afterwards. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me just tell you some tools that you would need. Of course, you'll need a scoreboard. You would need some scissors, and of course I have my handy dandy Tim Holtz scissors, and these of course are my favorite scissors here, the Honeybee. You would need a bone folder, and I actually use this here, my little Fiskars little tool here, to score, because sometimes when I use this, I guess I'm a little heavy-handed. I go right through the paper. So I'm also going to use a brayer, and it's pretty dirty, but I like to use this so that when I'm actually folding, I can just kind of run it over. Let me show you. Just kind of run it to make sure you get a really good crease on things. So I'll be using that. Then you'll need some glue. I'm using my ATG gun. And I think I'm going to round the corner, so I will be using this little corner chopper here, but the Crocodile corner chopper. And of course you'll need embellishments, papers, and I'm going to use this stamp set here. I got this stamp set, I want to say at Joann's Markdown, so I want to try to use this stamp set here. And I'm coming from a different angle, so I realize that the camera is kind of shaking a little bit, but let's go ahead and get started. Okay. So the first thing you'll do, and I've already kind of written down all of the measurements, is this is the Silhouette chipboard piece, and again, I think I said in another video, it's pretty flimsy, pretty thin, so you may have to double it up if you use this. But what you'll do is you'll have 10.5 by 3/4, 10.5 across, and 3/4 in your length, and then you'll score it at 4.5, and then score it at 6. And what that does is create the little card holder for you. So this is how this is going to look here, and it'll stand up here. And so we'll lay that aside. The next thing that you will need to create the inside of the box for like the holders is you will need, and again I'm using a Silhouette, and you will need this for the card holder, and it's cut out at 6 1/4 in width and 4 1/4 in height, and then you will score it at 1/4 and 1 inch, and then you'll score it again at 5 1/4 and at 6 inches. Okay, and then at the bottom you'll score it again at 3 1/4 and score it at 3 3/4 down at the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put that there. And I'll have all of the measurements down in the description box so that you guys can follow along if you would like to make this card here. And so I'm actually going to show you how to cut this part here out, because I can remember when I first got started, sometimes when you're looking at stuff, it looks easy, and then when you start actually assembling things, you know, you can easily cut the wrong direction or something and mess it up. So I'll set that aside. And so this one I've already cut off one side, and what you're really doing is just cutting up to the score line. So this score line is at 5 here, and what I'm going to do is just cut up here to that score line, and then I'm going to cut it at this 3 1/4 score line and cut it off. And that gives you the little corner here where you can fold your card up like this, and it would stand up on your card. So let me show you what I'm talking about. And so once you would put your adhesive, and I really recommend using like the red tape adhesive or a really strong adhesive for this, you will then just put it down inside of your box. Let me get in frame, I'm sorry. Inside of your card holder, just like this. And so once it's assembled, you'll have an envelope holder, and then you'll have the same thing, which is like your card holder here. I'm just going to fold it together off camera so that you can just kind of see. It's folded the same way as the envelope holder. And so what you'll end up on both sides is just having the two little boxes there. And so once you get that, I'm kind of leaving my little holders pretty big so that I can put my 3x3 note cards in, and I know that I'm going to embellish those, and I'm not quite sure. Sometimes I heavily embellish things, so I wanted to make sure I had some space. And so once you, and these are just blank 3x3 cards that I'm already working on, so you guys are seeing this done. So anyway, you'll just stick those in there. And so you can see I have quite a bit of room, but again, once you start embellishing these, it's going to get pretty thick. And if you don't, you know, add a lot of embellishments, of course you can, you know, kind of tweak your measurements here and, you know, do it a little bit different. But I want lots of space in mine just to make sure that it closed properly and that I'm able to get everything that I need in there. So I hope that this was very easy. Again, it's very simple. You just pretty much score a 12x12 sheet of paper, and then you score some little small pieces for your card holders as well as your envelope holder. So thanks guys so much for watching. Let me know if you want to see more tutorials this year. Actually kicking off 2014, I'm going to try to do more tutorials, so please bear with me because again, I really don't do tutorials. I think I have maybe 1 or 2 on my channel so far, and I would like to start doing more tutorials. So thanks guys, bye.